Welcome back to the O Hockey Show. Today, really quick, breaking news actually. Robin Lehner is going to be out for the entirety of the 2022-2023 campaign for the Vegas Golden Knights, as he will be undergoing surgery on something that I can't figure out. So, what's going to happen in Vegas after this? Of course, this is bad news, huge news and bad news. Bad news for him, bad news for Vegas. Good news for everyone else that doesn't like the Golden Knights. Anyways, so what is going to happen in Vegas because of this? Also, by the way, I literally just made my Knights season preview. So what are the chances that right after I do that, literally last night, hours ago, that he's now going to not be able to play? So just like, good for me, I get to make 2 videos out of it. But anyways, so what is going to happen in Vegas? So, of course, I said in the video how they probably were looking forward to maybe moving him out, especially if he doesn't do as amazing, probably up to like a very high standard, because it already seems like they kind of want the next big thing for their goaltending, as Vegas does. They don't want to really keep their core around. They want to try to keep as fresh and new faces as possible instead of keeping around guys for a while, i.e., Marc-Andre Fleury, who's actually playing better than Robin Lehner has in the last years that he's been gone. But anyways, of course, I said in the video that it looks like they might want to move on to Logan Thompson, who had 10 wins and 5 losses, and even in those 5 losses he played for Vegas, he looked solid. Thompson seems really solid, but I think, as I said in that video, it seems like all AHL goalies that get a jump into the NHL and get to show off what they can actually do, and they just got to be given a chance. And when someone like that's given a chance, and especially when they have at least some sort of skill, they're going to shine. I mean, that seems to happen every time. Aiden Hill, Bennington. I mean, I can go on. There's probably people I can't think of, but those are the people that spring right to mind. Hill, what happened? He got like 4 shutouts or something in 10 games or something like that. I remember watching him shut out the Sharks, but I was happy because I go see the Tucson Roadrunners in person where he played for. So anyways, it just seems that those type of guys go up and they grab that brass ring and they run with it. And Thompson seems to be one of those guys. So I think they probably slot him in to start the season. If things don't change before the start of the season, they don't bring anyone else in, I would totally see them just keeping Thompson in. And Brossoit, I don't put a lot of stock in Brossoit. I wouldn't want him to be my main goaltender. But Thompson, 10 wins, 5 losses, and even in those losses, he seemed pretty dominant. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case, that they go with. But that is a big gamble. That is a big gamble because he's not really someone that has proved that he is going to be that he can be a vital piece to play with. I think it would have been great for them to start the season with Lehner and try to let Thompson see if he can take the reins. But then at the same time, you'd probably see Robin Lehner get very upset about that and want to get moved out, and then say Thompson goes in, then backfires. There's a whole ordeal there. But he's not proven. And I would say Laurent Brossoit is not that proven either, to be especially for a team trying to bounce back after a bad year of battling through injuries. So what are some other potential replacements for them? So right now, right off the bat, the first thing that came to my mind is unsigned restricted free agent Jake Ottinger, who stole the show in Dallas, showing that he's an absolutely incredible goaltender, that if he was given more of a chance to maybe this upcoming season, depending on who he plays for, and especially if he plays for Vegas, could show that he could be another candidate for best goaltender in the league. I mean, just from what I saw, I mean, that one incredible save that he made with his glove, I don't remember what game it was in, but I mean, it was the best save I've seen in the last at least year. This past season, it was at least the best save that I saw this season. And Jake Ottinger would probably drive a steep price, but Dallas needs to re-sign Robertson and Ottinger to contract. So I don't know if they need to choose one or the other, if that's kind of the case there, or if they're just not making the signings yet for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why they haven't re-signed either of them yet, but that is a potential guy that they could trade for, and especially since Vegas, they like to trade people, they could easily go in for that. Also, another guy that I like, I don't really know if he would be a great replacement, especially in the proven category, but Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen from Buffalo, he's an RFA as well. I think he probably wouldn't be as steep of a price to pick up, but He would also be a gamble. He would be a gamble kind of like Thompson. Unlike Ottinger, where Ottinger has shown that he can easily play super strong hockey against especially an offensive team like the Calgary Flames, that you can... Ugo Pekka-Luukkonen would be a risk. And I don't really think that would be a smart idea, but just as someone who's not signed and has... He's not signed. Also not signed is Braden Holtby. Now, obviously, the goaltender that killed them in their playoff run, that would be kind of a funny story if that came all together. Braden Holtby, of course, with the save, as they call it, reaches behind. I just filmed the Washington Capitals video, so this is still up. And, where is he? There he is, number 70. Braden Holtby beating out the Vegas Golden Knights in their Stanley Cup run in their first year. So that'd be kind of a funny full circle type deal. But not really someone that I would want to take over the net. Or maybe it would be perfect for Holtby to come back and maybe try to retain his role as a number one goaltender. I personally still think he could. I just don't think... I think him going to Vancouver, and Vancouver not being a very good team, like he's been playing all this time with the Washington Capitals, kind of just slowed him down, and then he had other goaltenders overshowing him, and then he gets thrown to Dallas, where he doesn't really have a real reason to be there, because they already have Khudobin, now Ottinger, Ben Bishop at the time, and they also had someone else that I can't remember. He just kind of got thrown away to the side. And then also, I think there's some teams that I didn't write them all down, but there's some teams that I would say have two starting goaltenders, or maybe they have two guys that could go back to back, kind of like Lehner did with Thomas Greiss in the Islanders. So I feel like maybe a team like the Pittsburgh, where they have Jarry and DeSmith, maybe they could go for Jarry or DeSmith. And I personally would think the best choice for them to go for would be Drieger or Grubauer. Probably more Drieger than Grubauer. I don't think Seattle would give him up. But I think Chris Drieger from Seattle would be a good pickup. I think Seattle already has... they have Grubauer in their net. They don't really need that other goaltender. And I think Drieger would be... I think he would actually be kind of a good fit in there. That just seems like the type of name I could easily see on a Vegas jersey, Drieger. And I think he wouldn't drive that steep of a price to pick up, and I think he would be at least a good try to fill in that position for this season. Because, I mean, already they missed out on the big guys, right, that they could have picked up, like a Cam Talbot before he got traded away. Like that, I think, or maybe Marc-Andre, well, actually, never mind, that would never happen. But yeah, Cam Talbot probably would have been the best pickup for them, as they probably wouldn't have needed to give that much up for him. Also, a team like Boston, they have Swayman and Ullmark, but personally, I don't think Boston would trade away either of those guys, or if they did, probably for a lot. Those two goaltenders are both young and would probably do really well, and they don't want to give up one yet to see which one they'd rather go with, especially right now during the offseason before the season starts. So there's a lot of goaltenders I think they could go with trading for. I don't know. I feel like a team could probably pinch Vegas into giving a little bit too much because they really need a goaltender, while that team doesn't really need to give up a goaltender. So I think, and because Vegas is in quite the pickle right now because of this, that they would really need to convince a team to trade away a goaltender to make them a contender, especially if it's a division or conference team. So there's a lot of options out there for them. Also, like Semyon Varlamov and Sorokin there in Islanders country, like you could go for them. There's a lot of options that they can go with, and these are just a few of them that I put on the board that I feel like would probably be the best picks for them, because I don't really think Varlamov or Sorokin would be moved out for the Islanders. And then also a team like Kevin Lankinen already signing with the Predators. These new goaltenders, the teams probably won't go anywhere because it's already too late. They already made decisions. Teams already made decisions on them. It's going to be kind of steep right here. I think these are the best options for them right now, in both ways of like actually giving up talent and also trading and signing for. But also Vegas has no money, which is a whole other issue for them right now, so they might have to probably just stick with Thompson and Brossoit in net, and that could maybe hinder their chances, especially with what I think could be a Vegas team that might start declining this year. But that's really all I have to say about the Vegas Golden Knights and Robin Lehner's situation right now. So I guess until next time, please pick up your free subscription down below by hitting that red subscribe button. If you like this video, leave a like, not a dislike, and go down below to the comments and leave any comments, concerns, suggestions, reviews, feedback, or other types of rants, tangents, and opinions. And who do you think Vegas goes with? Do they go with Thompson, Brossoit, or they try to bring in a goalie outside? And I guess until next time, I have been Owen of the O Show, the O Hockey Show, I guess. Too sweet, and ta-ta for now.